Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be changing the crankshaft position sensor, and the reason I'm going to change that is because remember when I changed the camshaft position sensor, I think it would help that sometimes slow starting issue. Well, it's gone back to how it was again. So I'm going to change the crankshaft position sensor, A, because I've got one, and B, because I think the one on it is original and about 20 years old. So it's worth changing, because then we know we've got a new camshaft position sensor, a new crankshaft position sensor, and hopefully it will start that issue. It is a strange one because it does run absolutely perfect when it's running, and it does start pretty much all the time on the button. It's just sometimes it can take a few more seconds longer than I'd like it to start. So let's bang this on, let's show you where it is, and it shouldn't take too long to do. That's all it is, one bolt through there. So what you'll need to remove it is a 5mm hex or a 10mm socket. So let's crack on with it and let's get this off.
You will need to jack the car up and remove the under tray.
So under the car, that's the front of the engine. See the oil filter. There it is. That is your crankshaft position sensor. There's just one bolt above that, and it just plugs in here.
I've already cracked off the bolt with a 10mm socket, so now I'm just undoing it by hand. Then just try and wiggle it, get it moving, and then eventually it will just pull out. It will probably be quite tight and the space you're working in is limited, but it will come out. There we go, out it comes. So I just give that little hole just a little clean up, just to make sure there's no dirt in there and stuff like that. I did give it a blow around with an airline before it even started taking out anyway. So now let's just undo the connection, which you need to pull the plug off the bracket. And with the limited space, I've got like a little bar in there just to push on the button to release the plug. And out it comes.
And that is the sensor out. So just compare the two. Same plugs, 3-pin. Old and battered, nice and new. Now let's put the new one in.
So with the hole all cleaned out, literally just push the new sensor back in nice and firmly. Make sure it's in a nice and square. You'll feel it when it's in. Now put the bolt back in, tighten it up. I did try and get a torque wrench in there, but I just couldn't fit it in there. So just use your common sense, don't over tighten it, and obviously make sure it's tight enough. You'll feel when it's done. And with the bolt all done up, it's time to get back onto electrical connection. So just plug that back in. And push the plug back onto the bracket.
And now that is our crank position sensor on. So let's just start the car up to make sure it works. Oh, move the jack hand out of the way. Make sure it's not in gear. So that started up a treat. Just got to put the under tray back on, get the car back on the floor, job done. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.